Hello and welcome to Dallo News, March 2023. Here are the headlines. Diplomatic relationship between two rivals. Fly Dubai to Mogadishu. And 20 years since Iraq War. But first we start with a report about the new relationship between Saudi Arabia and Iran. As of this month, the two biggest enemies have fought each other for more than 40 years and now trying to establish diplomatic ties. I'll explain to you how. Saudi Arabia and Iran are both Muslim countries, but one is Sunni and the other one is Shiite. Saudi Arabia was also afraid that after the fall of the pro-Western Shah, the population will turn against them at home. So they allied themselves with their closest allies, the United States. America didn't care that much. All they wanted is a Middle East that will listen to the interests of the Americans and Western Europeans. Russia, for example, supporting Syria was also the image that Saudi Arabia supported the rebels, and Iran supported the government. For example, Saudi Arabia and Iran were the playthings of the Americans and Russians. But now China saw an opportunity to extend its influence further through the Middle East. And how can you do that? Just friendly relationships between the Saudis and the Iranians. The two countries also decided to open embassies in both countries. Russian President Putin did not respond to the new development. But US President Joe Biden did have an opinion.
The better the relations between Israel and the Arab neighbors, the better for everybody.
Many people, especially in Syria, Iraq, Yemen and Palestine, hope that the war between the two rivals will end. But whether the Americans and the Russians agree with that remains to be seen. The Cream Dallo News. Meetings between federal government of Somalia and federal member states in Dallo. Fighting continues in Las Anod. And Somali president reacted to Las Anod.
baryahan waa la socotaan dhammaan dhibaato ayaa ka taagan magaalada Laascaano iyo deegaanka ku wareegaysan agaarkeeda. In badan oo horena waan ka hadalnay. waxaase inayna gubayaan na dhibayaan annaan raalli ka ahayn.
Emirati third airline and Dubai second airline, Fly Dubai, flies now to Mogadishu. This after the safety in the Aden Abdullah airport in Mogadishu was guaranteed. Fly Dubai only flies to the capital of the Republic of Somaliland, Hargeisa. This is a sign that the world airline Emirates would soon fly to Mogadishu, Hargeisa, Kismaayo and any other port in Somalia. Flooding in Turkey. And US President Joe Biden reacted to ties between Saudi and Iran. This month, the Iraq War began 20 years ago, after the United States and with their Western European allies invaded Iraq and overthrown Iraq's longtime dictator Saddam Hussein. The Western world thought that invading Iraq would mean stability in the Middle East, but it only created a civil war between Muslims and clan militias, as well as rebels and other vandalism in Iraq, which is still going on today. Former US President George W. Bush reacted to the Iraq war, saying that that Russia was invading Ukraine, but instead he said Ukraine, he said Iraq, which is a mistake, of course, but that shows that he has some And this was Dallo News of this month. Next month we are going to be back. And everyone, Ramadan Mubarak. Bye.
dan la'aan uma fadhiyaane walaalow inaan laysdhahaa loo fadhiyaa waana laysdhahay waana lagu wadaa waana ka aragnaa ididiina iyo taana intaa kama duwana xoog yaan lagu raadinin dadka xoog laguma hayn karo xukun xoog laguma hayn karo talo xoogaan kuugu talinayaa lama dhihi karo rabitaanaa laysugu taliyaa nidaam lagu heshiiyaa laysugu taliyaa dadka meeshaas joogana xaqay u leeyihiin waxa lagu xukumaya sida loo xukumaya sida ay rabaan inay taladeeda wax ku leeyihiin ayagana waxaan leenahay war waa leedihiin xuquuqdiina iyo xorriyadiina iyo masiirkiina inaad taladiisa lahaataan laakiin sida si dhaanta ha lagu jiriyo dhiig daata si aan ahayn ha lagu jiriyo